I think that this, oh no. In this small glass enclosure I have 5 Poecilotheria metallica tarantulas. These are the cool blue tarantulas, and I think that it is time that we move them into something a bit bigger. And the most interesting thing when it comes to this enclosure, it is the size difference in between the tarantulas inside. You see, this is basically, if it is a male, I think that it is 1 molt away from being the ultimate molt, while this one over there and this one here, you see they are far smaller. Like this is 1 molt, this is 2nd molt, and this is the 3rd molt. It is crazy how they are different in size while still being the same age, completely the same age. I'm thinking that by some logic that the ones that are growing faster are males, so I'm hoping that this one, the biggest one, will soon molt into ultimate molt, and then we will have a nice guy for the cat, the adult Poecilotheria metallica. Yeah, that would be a really sweet thing, but I will put them aside so I don't disturb them much until I prepare the enclosure. And for the enclosure I also plan to do something a bit more special, so to say. I wanted to do a special enclosure for them for a long time, but they were just not big enough, you know. I know that it seems that they are in far too small enclosure, but the fact is, pokies, if you want to keep them communally, only way to have a successful communal enclosure is to have them in small enclosure when they don't have multiple hides, so they cannot form any territories. Otherwise, apparently, as it is known in the hobby, I didn't really test it out, but apparently if you keep them in bigger enclosures, then they will make their territories and then they will fight and eat each other. And that is something when you have tarantulas, you really don't want them to eat each other. But now with the size of those bigger specimens and all other that are smaller ones, they all seem to be in a pre-molt. They definitely need more space regardless, and I think that this will be ideal for them. Still, I will provide just only 1 cork bark, so they will have just 1 place to hide. Yeah, let me show you what is the special thing that I plan to do. A while ago in the second Dark Den, I received this skull from a subscriber, and her name is Wenda. She asked me if I could use this in some enclosure of mine, but I didn't just want to throw it in some random enclosure. I wanted to do something special with it, and I had in my mind, I had the idea what I want to do with it, but my idea involved those Poecilotherias metallicas, and I needed to wait for them to grow to have a decent sized enclosure when I can put this. Originally I wanted to put it in the middle of the enclosure on some sort of pedestal or something, but that would require, to look good, that would require a far bigger enclosure, and that is not an option for pokies. So therefore I decided to make it a part of the background. I will make a hole in it, I will squeeze it inside, and I will secure it with the expanding foam and then cover the... yeah, you will just see. And in case you're wondering, hey, wait a minute, Petko, I thought that you hate skulls, and how are you using skull in your enclosure? It is different. You see, this is not a plastic skull. I don't really remember what is the exact material, but it is really pretty, and therefore it is legal for me to use it in my enclosures. So anyhow, without any further ado, let's make a hole in the enclosure and put it inside. I will put it somewhere here, and it will face a bit down, something like that. So I will just start cutting the background. And I think that this is already alright, so we'll just take the expanding foam, shake it a lot, and just go with it. This is the result. Sorry if you couldn't see the process, but I was focusing on covering everything that I need. Now we need to let it cure. Then I will carve it, cover it with silicone. Also I will secure the edge of the skull with the silicone, and then cover it with the same thing as this is covered. So it will basically be the same as the whole background. So for that we needed to do a time jump, and now you see the expanding foam is cured. And if you are wondering how come this foam didn't expand a lot. That is because this is a low expansion foam. You see, it says right here on the label, low expansion. And for stuff like this is ideal because you don't want the foam to cover everything. Otherwise, the foam would grow to significantly bigger size and it would cover the skull. Now I can carve it. And I won't do anything crazy. I will just try to follow the initial lines that are set by the background. The main focus should be on the skull, so it really doesn't matter how I carve it. Now, to make sure I don't get the silicone on the skull where I don't want it to go, I will cover it with the painter's tape. You see this stuff, it will protect the skull. Now silicone comes into play. I just randomly get it over, and then later I will smear it with a glove, with this glove. This glove made countless backgrounds for the enclosures. I just peel off the silicone after it cures on the actual glove, and I can reuse it over and over again. There we go. Now to cover it, I mean, first I need to remove the protective tape, and then I will cover it with dried up potting soil. Let's see how that will go. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now comes the soil. And that's it. Now once again to let it cure, so time jump, and it is done. Let's set up the enclosure and get these bad boys inside, shall we? Setting up the enclosure will be the easy task because we have everything ready. But check out the skull. It is looking pretty good, right? I posted a picture of setting up this enclosure on Instagram, and people are asking me if I'm alright because there is a skull inside, and they know that I'm not really fond of skulls, but it is the plastic skulls that are something that I don't like. Standard oh no, this is too wide for this enclosure, therefore I got everything on the side. Okay, I need more. And this will basically be all the substrate that I currently have, but thankfully it is enough, more than enough, yeah. You know, for arboreal tarantulas you don't need a lot of substrate. But since I plan to put a couple of plants inside, I need a bit more substrate. I also want to get some of that substrate in the cork bark. And behind. Okay, now to compress everything. Oh, no, plant first. Oh no, I broke off the root of this. Oh, hopefully it will recover. There we go, all nice and compressed. Now some leaf litter and springtails. I have these cool oak leaves that I brought straight from my vacation, and also a rock and some cool snail houses, you see? I brought all from my vacation. Rock will go here. Perfect, and I'll just scatter the shells. Springtails to clean the enclosure. And we are done, ready for the inhabitants, the pokies, the cool pokies. I think that they will have a great time in it, right? Maybe I should have placed this skull somewhere here on this empty spot, although these plants will eventually grow. I will trim the plants around the skull, so the skull will always be visible and be like a different piece inside of this enclosure. Okay, let me bring out the pokies. They're right here. Something really funny happened. One molted. You see there's a mold right there, and I think that the one that molted is inside of the cork bark, but when I was showing you in this video 2 days ago, when I was showing you this enclosure, I spotted that one is like having trouble moving and climbing on the glass, and that's usually the sign of a heavy pre-molt, and you see, it molted. So let's open the enclosure and slowly move them in their new house. This will be a delicate process. This one that is the biggest and the bluest is not happy about it, it's moving around, but this one appears to be in a pre-molt, and also this one appears to be in a pre-molt. How they are dull, and yeah, soon they will be bigger, so you will be the first one. It's got really huge abdomen. Come on, just go over the glass. Yes. And just find your spot over there. Okay, that's the first one. Now the second one. Oh, this one is a little bit more faster. Go on the side, just like your friend. I mean your brother or sister, whatever. Your sibling, yeah, that's the word. There we go, and I need quickly change the battery in this camera because it will die any second now. Alright, back in the business. Now, I'm not sure if I want to attempt to move this one because it seems to be really nervous, but maybe it will just go inside and hide immediately and then I don't need to think about that one. So I will actually do that. Yeah, that is a straw. The straw that will guide you to your new home. Yes, just calmly, gently and calmly. Oh, this is sketchy. Whoa, but this one is so much prettier than these two, you see? It's got coloration and everything. Everything you love about Poecilotheria metallica. Oh. Now this is a pretty sight, right? Let's get this one, or maybe I should remove the cork bark and then I will have easier time. No stress. No. Come on. Come on, just chill. There you go. Oh, stop. Everyone is chill. Great, now the last one. And that one should be in the cork bark. Yeah, I see it. And it is a freshly malted one, so I will try to be quick about this. I will just poke it out of the cork bark. Come on, just go. Don't be afraid. Ah, great. Great. All 5 are outside visible. Look at this side. This is the freshly malted one. It even got, even though it is really small, it got the blue coloration already. This is the second one, third one, fourth and fifth. You see, originally I put 5 inside and still all 5 are alive. Don't get any funny ideas, please. I should take a thumbnail out of this for sure. Yeah, I think that this is, oh no. The situation is getting out of hand. Don't you dare go back. Go back inside. Let me close it before I lose them. Oh. Okay, now you can move freely wherever you like to go. But how is this possible? How can this one be this big while this one is this small? And they are siblings from same egg sac. Crazy, right? This got to be a male. There is no other explanation because I'm feeding them the same. Everything is the same. I don't know how that is possible. Should I put them? Yeah, I will take them to their spot. This is the spot where I will keep them, right in the middle of everything, in the middle of all enclosures. You see? Hopefully they will spend their time outside because while they were in that glass CD enclosure, the smaller one, they were basically always outside, rarely inside of the cork bark. But the fact is that enclosure was over there in the darkness, while here we have light, so maybe, I'm not really sure if that will work the same. We will see, the time will tell, but I'm really satisfied with the result. Next thing that I will do, most likely next video, I will set up all 9 of these enclosures and I will do a bit different background, so that will be really interesting to do. But with this work being done and finished, I think that we can end this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Upload every Monday. So see you again really soon, in a week. Bye!